Hey guys, it's Angus Fairbairn here from Boss Fitness and welcome to the Toned in 12 video series where together we're going to be rocking out exactly how to build a booty, how to smooth your thighs and how to tighten and tone up your tummy. The problem that you're going through at the moment though is that you just don't know what to do when it comes to nutrition and to exercise. You're feeling so overwhelmed, you're putting in lots of time, possibly money as well, but just not getting anywhere. So what we're going to be doing in this video series is overcoming every single one of these, showing you exactly what to eat, how to go about your training to supercharge your mindset so that you can just spur forward so much faster towards this tight and toned body which you're after. So before we get stuck into the awesome content together guys, what we're going to be doing first is just exploring some actual real life case studies from clients who I've helped with in the past. These two awesome ladies have been going through the exact same struggles that you are right here, right now. However, through exactly what I told them to and through showing them exactly how to nail fat loss, they were able to overcome these obstacles and really just achieve tight and toned body success. Let's get into it. Here we have an amazing real life example success story from a beautiful lady called Rachel Mann. So she is an amazing mum. She's had some kids. She's gone through the ups and downs of just how your body changes in regards to that. But her journey has basically been full of, I guess, complications. It's been full of ups and downs. She's never had abs, and her big, exciting goals were to step onto the INBA stage, which is pretty much the International Natural Bodybuilding Association, and to pretty much be able to flaunt her stuff in a bikini mama competition. So as you can imagine, this excited me like no one's business when I first sort of had a conversation with her, and then we explored sort of some more insights in terms of why she was stuck. So she, as you can imagine, as I said before, she had a journey full of ups and downs. So by that we're obviously referring to nutrition and exercise. She was struggling to be able to achieve consistency with what she was doing. She was jumping from one thing to the next and wasn't able to be consistent, especially since a lot of these things that she was doing demanded a lot of her time and more often than not a lot of money as well to go organic and things like that, stocking up on goji berries and so-called superfoods and whatever, and really just getting nowhere. So amongst her journey, and fast forward to where she is now, she has the best relationship with food that she can remember. So by that what we're referring to is the fact that you ladies, you're going to be eating food every single day for the rest of your life, yeah? So what you're following needs to be able to cater for you to be able to eat the foods that you enjoy on a daily basis, to have great vitality through eating foods that you know that you enjoy and make you feel good, and therefore getting results from that. So what she's been loving is the aspect of more flexibility and consistency within her nutrition without any confusion. So as we said before, confusion in the fact of not knowing what to eat, not knowing when to eat it, and just having those sort of struggles. And as she is now, and as you can see from her amazing photos, yes, she looked pretty good before. She wasn't overweight by any means, but she still wasn't in a state where she was entirely 100% happy and had that deep confidence within herself. And now you fast forward to where she is now. She's got abs, she's built her legs, she's built a booty. She's toned her arms, she's got a flat tummy, she's looking amazing, yeah. So she's looking and feeling the best she ever has been. Exercise and nutrition has actually become a part of her and a part of her lifestyle rather than just being something that she had to do or doing as a form of punishment when she stuffed up or when she got into binge eating and things like that. But the amazing thing here as well, ladies, is that she didn't just lose weight. She actually went through fat loss, which is where we're actually building muscle and losing the fat that's surrounding it so that we can therefore tighten and tone anyone that's sort of living it that way. It enables you to tighten and tone your body like never before. So she is someone as a classic example that has had her life forever changed through nailing fat loss properly, and I'm really excited just for her future ahead. I know that she'll never be the same again. Our next amazing success story is an amazing lady called Melissa Proud. So she is another example of an amazing mum who has just gone through a lot, has had a lot of ups and downs in her history and stuff, especially after having 3 children, and struggled to build a real consistent relationship with food. She actually, through some issues which went on in her life, she actually developed sort of like almost a disorder, if you will, in regards to food, and going through stages of really limiting it in that stage where you're really thinking that you need to pretty much starve yourself if you want to always be hungry to be able to lose weight. So she developed what we call a skinny fat body, which is where you have lost a lot of muscle tone. You are still sort of soft and squishy in most areas over your body. Yeah, so pretty much just skinny fat. So not in a place where she wanted to be. She didn't have any tone to her body. She didn't have strength. She felt flat. And similar to Rachel as well, she was just in a cycle of ups and downs. So she wasn't actually able to stick to anything. She had that cycle. She was just feeling really disempowered in the way where she was applying a lot of time and effort towards what she was doing, but just getting nowhere. But now, as you can see, she's gone through some amazing changes. She's achieved deep happiness and confidence within herself, absolutely thriving in life. So a massive shift from just feeling like she was existing and just going through the motions and getting nowhere, to thriving and absolutely dominating every single day, and in a state of complete certainty within herself and her sort of purpose and moving forward. Because we know that if we haven't got our health and we're just not feeling in the zone and we're not energized and with that sense of vitality, days just go by where you're just going through the motions and you're just sort of, not really achieving anything. You're not your best self and you're just living a subpar life. So Melissa was an amazing girl to work with. She asked questions. She was just keen to learn and keen to hustle. And by that, I mean she was just someone who was dead keen to take passionate action towards her goals. So across her few sort of months working with me, we enabled her to lose over 12 kilos of body fat from her body. She gained more muscle so that she's stronger and more leaner than what she's ever been, and lost more than 70 centimeters across her upper and lower body to finally achieve her dream goal of becoming tight and toned. And as you can see, she's well and truly healthy within all of this. Yeah, she hasn't gone through the means of restrictions. In fact, she's eating more carbohydrates and eating more food than what she ever has in the past. But her body responded properly to that. It put her hormones in the right sort of balance, and therefore it enabled her to really just achieve, go from good to great. And now obviously has heads turning towards her in the country town which she lives in. Amazing stuff. It's been really cool sharing those testimonies with you, and how awesome was it to just see and hear about Rachel and Melissa, who absolutely radically transformed their life through just making some simple changes and not giving up on the fact that they can actually achieve sustainable change. So what we're going to do is, before we step into the kick-ass content within this video and the next stuff to come, is that we're going to debunk some myths. So as you can see here, we've actually got 5, and each of them are going to represent something which I'm sure you are possibly struggling with at the moment. So the very first one is that it requires too much of your time to actually achieve a tight and toned body. This is complete BS. When you know what to do and exactly sort of what to eat and how you should go about your training and stuff like that, you'll see that it doesn't actually require much time from yourself whatsoever. Me, for example, I really spend about 2 hours per week or so doing meal prep, and about 3 to 4 hours per week actually training. So if you think about the scope of your week all up, that is really not that much at all to go about achieving your actual tight and toned dream body here, is it? Number 2 is that you need to spend a truckload of money to achieve your tight and toned body. So this is something that I hear all the time when I speak to women, or when I'm actually just going about life, just hearing on our Facebook and things like that, that it requires a lot of money to go about achieving your tight and toned body. Something which is complete BS. I really just get angry when I hear this, because it just shows that you really just don't have the clear solution to how to achieve what you want. When it comes to money, obviously, yes, everyone is limited, or they have their own sort of budget and whatever in terms of what they make and their expenses and income and stuff. But really, when it comes to actually going about achieving a tight and toned body, know that it isn't just all about spending a lot of money going organic, for example, or needing to actually just buy a lot of things like chia seeds and goji berries or funny things like that. It really is very simple. You're going to be learning some more about this in our future videos together later on. Number 3 is restrictions. So a common one is that when it comes to actually achieving a tight and toned body, that you need to cut out a lot of certain food, that you need to eliminate sugar, that you need to eliminate carbs, that you can't eat this, or that you can't eat at that certain time. Complete BS. You're going to be learning some awesome things about this later on, but know that it doesn't mean a life of just being antisocial or cutting out things when it comes to going about achieving a tight and toned body. And next one together is supplements, okay? So this is something which I find that a lot of people have come to the belief that we need supplements or meal replacement shakes or that sort of side of things when it comes to actually achieving a tight and toned body. Know that you can actually achieve your sort of dream results here completely through using food, completely through nailing your training and stuff like that. You really don't need any supplements whatsoever. We see all over Facebook or on YouTube or on the internet, whatever, that we need supplements to actually take things to the next level, which is entirely false. Complete BS. I'm going to show you later on exactly why that isn't true. And last but not least is that we need to go about dieting when it comes to actually achieving a tight and toned body. Yes, diets will work, okay? Yes, they're going to actually help you achieve fantastic results in the short term, but know that it's exactly that, okay? It is not focused on the long term, meaning that what predominantly happens is that, yes, you go through the diet, which may last about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a bit longer. You're going to drop 2 to 5 kilos. You're going to be feeling on top of the world. Yeah, we've all gone and done diets before. We know how it works. But then what usually happens is that once you finish the diet, you actually find yourself not being able to sustain what it was that you were doing or living off within the diet, and therefore not knowing how to actually sustain those things in the long term. Meaning that what happens is that you go back to square one, you gain that weight, and you're in a state of just disempowerment and feeling frustrated with yourself that that's another diet or another thing that you did, which added to the list of failed fads or things that you did. So with these 5 myths, I want you to make sure that you're all over these, okay? You do not need a lot of time to achieve awesome tight and toned body. You do not need a lot of money to go about doing it either. You do not have to live a life that's full of restrictions or just just heavy amount of overwhelm going on. You do not need a lot of supplements to go about achieving a tight and toned body, and you definitely do not need to diet. You need to be all over these guys. Make sure that it's well and truly clear within your head. Because for us moving forward together, this needs to be a clear foundation here for you, setting you up for exactly what we're going to be covering in the future videos together. What an awesome first video together. We explored Rachel and Melissa's success stories of how they went from struggling and just unsure of how to lose fat to just achieving awesome tight and toned health and fitness glory. We went through and debunked some of the key myths which are holding so much of society back and stopping them from getting results. Now just get excited for video 2, which is where we're going to be pretty much, it's just blueprint time. We're going to be discovering exactly what to do so that you can achieve your tight and toned body and have that perfect clarity as to how to make it happen. To get access to this, just click the button below, throw in a few of your deets, and I'll see you in the next video.